I didn't believe in building-wide drills until mine started running them at 3:07 a.m. I rent a one-bedroom above a 24-hour deli in Queens. The building uses a management app called Hearth for packages and maintenance requests. Last Tuesday, Hearth pushed a notice. Resilience drill scheduled for 3:07. No action required. Weird time, but I figured it was a smoke alarm test. I worked the night shift that week, IT at a hospital, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. When I got home Wednesday morning, my downstairs neighbor Angela stopped me in the stairwell. "Were you moving furniture at 3?" she asked. Heavy steps, pacing. I told her I was at work. She tilted her head like she didn't believe me. I have a cheap Wi-Fi cam in the living room because packages vanish sometimes. I scrubbed the timeline to 3:07. Motion alert. The clip showed a man crossing my living room from the bedroom to the front door and back. Hoodie, sweatpants, bare feet. He kept his head down, but the build and the limp in the left ankle were mine. I was at a desktop 30 blocks away at that exact minute. The hospital's access logs can prove it. I called the super. "It's the drill," he said, too fast. "We're verifying egress compliance." I told him no one had permission to be in my apartment. He said no one was, that sometimes cameras cache old footage. The clip metadata said otherwise, 030706. Server time and device time within 2 seconds. Wednesday night, I set a chair under the doorknob and taped a thin thread from the chair back to the kitchen cabinet. Cheap tripwire. I drew a smiley face on a sticky note and stuck it to the inside of the door. If anyone opened it, the note would fall. At work, 2:58 a.m., Hearth pinged. "Prepare for 180-second audible test. Remain calm." No audible test played on the clip, just the radiator ticking. At 3:07:09, the man, me, stepped out of the bedroom again. He never touched the chair. He never touched the door. The sticky note stayed taped where I left it. He paused in front of the TV, turned his head toward the camera, and smiled a fraction too late, like the expression belonged to a different take. Something else. He lifted his right hand to push hair off his forehead. I'm left-handed. I do that with my left without thinking. Thursday, I took the night off. I sat in the dark living room with the TV off so I could see my reflection. I set my phone to record audio. The smoke detector on the ceiling blinked a red LED every 40 seconds. Normal. At 3:05, the hallway lights outside my door hummed louder, like the building took a deeper breath. Hearth pinged again. Stabilization in progress. At 3:07, nothing dramatic happened. The room felt colder by a degree. The radiator ticked twice. My phone screen lit with a system message I've never seen. Verification window open. In the TV glass, I watched my reflection raise a hand. I didn't move. The reflection raised the wrong hand, his right to my left. My throat went dry. I said, "Hello?" The word came back, not as an echo, but as a call and response half a beat early. Then the deadbolt turned. The chain stayed across. The door opened anyway, an inch of empty air where steel should block steel. I didn't go near it. A smell like warm dust and old coffee drifted in. The other me stepped into the reflection from a place that would be the hallway if reflections had hallways. He was me, but the lag belonged to me now. He moved first, and I followed by accident. He sat on my couch. He lifted my mug. The mug left a fresh ring on the table, 2 inches to the right of the old one. He looked toward the smoke detector. Its LED switched to a triple blink I've never seen. Test mode, maybe. I'm not stupid. I didn't touch it. My phone buzzed. 12 units stabilized. Thank you for your participation. The other me stood as if responding to that. He walked toward the door that was open and not open. He didn't leave. He folded into the corner where the floor lamp used to be before I sold it last month, like a shadow returning to a furniture imprint. The chain sagged without unhooking. The deadbolt reset itself. The temperature came back. The smoke detector blink returned to normal. I stood up on vibrating knees. The mug had 2 rings, yesterday's and a wet one exactly 2 inches to the right. Friday morning, the super slid a pamphlet under every door. Hearth Resilience Quarterly Drill FAQ. The fine print said, "By residing in the property, you consent to verification procedures." No mention of entering units. No mention of mirrors. I don't run the camera anymore. I move the bed to the living room and sleep with the TV face down. The drill still runs. Tiny things. At 3:07, the clock on the stove flips minute with a hiccup. The radiator ticks 3 times instead of 2. The mug drifts, sometimes only a quarter inch. I keep measuring by accident. Last night, my cab driver pointed to a matte black circle sticker on his visor. "You in that pilot?" he asked. "They put the cess